We previously highlighted the need to revitalize education and strengthen lifelong learning because of our changing societies and work. Laws and policies, financing and governing systems, evidence-led institutions and approaches are the key enablers for lifelong learning. This video addresses how systems and institutions can adapt to current and emerging needs through adult education and lifelong learning approaches. Adult education covers designed educational opportunities and adult programs that incorporate life-wide and lifelong learning. Life-wide learning is all the learning experiences we have throughout our lives, including formal, non-formal and informal. It recognizes that we learn in different spaces and roles through different modalities or technologies, often simultaneously across the full range of our life experiences. Lifelong learning is our continuous search for knowledge and skills throughout life, supported by systems and institutions, regardless of age and occupation. Both lifelong learning and education contribute to our ongoing growth and development. Adult education and learning improves countries' and businesses' economic prosperity and competitiveness, reduces poverty, enhances social inclusion and cohesion, and, most importantly, improves the lives of individuals. These are all strong reasons why the government should increase their investments and support to adult education and make it accessible and free for all. Only 22 out of 146 countries follow the target and invest 4% or more of their public expenditure for education on adult learning and education. Adult learning and education incorporate various learning pathways or modalities of learning. Formal learning occurs under structured education institutions and follows a set curriculum. For example, a university degree, TVET certificate, or formal certification courses. Non-formal learning happens outside the formal education but still follows a structured curriculum or plan, such as apprenticeship, on-the-job training, equivalency, or skills development programs. Recreational or enrichment courses through community colleges can also be considered as non-formal learning. Informal learning occurs outside structured educational institutions and does not follow a set curriculum. For example, through reading or when we travel and experience another culture or learn to play a musical instrument ourselves. These modalities provide fit-for-purpose training pathways for the learners. Other modalities are about how learning is facilitated, such as in-person, online, or blended learning, or embedded in the workplace experiences. While government policy and programs tend to emphasize formal learning, there is a significant benefit to supporting all forms and modalities of adult learning and education. Our education systems and approaches need to and are transforming. There is much that governments can do to support and facilitate adult education through lifelong learning. Here are some strategies. National qualifications frameworks are systems that standardize education and training levels in a country. They provide pathways for further learning. NQFs promote lifelong learning by enabling individuals to improve their skills and knowledge throughout their careers continuously. National qualification frameworks explain the connection between awards, and they exist, for example, in India, Brazil, Ethiopia, Australia, and the African Union. These policies indicate qualification standards, but importantly, sub- or component qualifications. NQFs also provide mechanisms for the accreditation of people's capabilities and the institutions awarding them. Qualification frameworks allow skills and knowledge validation and recognition. For example, the African Continental Qualifications Framework, developed by the African Union, harmonizes African education and training system. It creates a unified and seamless system of education, training and qualification, making it easier for Africans to move between countries, pursue education and training opportunities, and have their qualifications recognized. These frameworks also provide a way to recognize and assess formal, non-formal, and informal prior learning for academic credit or certification through micro-credentials and academic credit banks. These are important mechanisms to improve equity of education and provide access and improve educational opportunities. Many countries offer micro-credentials for specific skills or knowledge instead of full qualifications. This benefits those with informal or experiential learning and those seeking specific skills. Micro-credentials also facilitate updating skills over time and can lead to TVET or university awards. One example is India's Future Skills portal, which offers training and recognition of prior learning in future industries, skills mapping and connections to education providers. An academic credit bank system is a national approach to recognize learning and manage credits earned for transfer between institutions and programs. These systems work together to make education and training more flexible, accessible, and transferable. In the Republic of Korea, the National Institute for Lifelong Learning runs an academic credit bank system that evaluates, recognizes, and credits formal and non-formal education experiences towards obtaining a university degree. The evaluation includes institution and program assessment, document and portfolio assessment, and examination and assessment of individuals, including on-site. National Centre for Vocational Education Research in Australia provides a national technical and vocational education and training qualifications database. It facilitates the recognition of VET qualifications and credit transfer. Government policy to establish, support and fund apprenticeship, mentorship and internship that provide on-the-job work experience and training are essential. For many countries, apprenticeship programs are a foundation for skills development for work. For example, apprenticeship in the UK, the Vocational Training and Apprenticeship Act of South Africa, and the National Apprenticeship Program in Nigeria. The BRAC Young Professionals Program in Bangladesh and the Youth Empowerment and Skills Development Program of Vietnam provide skills development focused on employment and jobs. There are numerous other ways in which governments facilitate and support lifelong learning and adult education. Governments can provide financial support for adult education programs or cash transfer or tax incentives for individuals to make education more accessible and affordable. Invest in building and funding educational facilities such as libraries, community learning, and adult education centers. Support educators and experts to develop relevant, high-quality education programs for adult learners to address the changing needs of workforce. Provide programs and incentives for employers to invest in the education and training of their employees. Raise awareness of the importance of adult education and lifelong learning, and provide tax incentives to invest in adult education. Here we have looked at the government actions to facilitate and promote lifelong learning and adult education, benefiting individuals and the country.